Barbara Smith. Barbara Smith is an African-American lesbian feminist born November 16 of 1946 in Cleveland, Ohio, where she grew up. She was born in the times of Jim Crow laws, which enforced racial segregation that separated physically and socially of whites from African-American and other minorities. Some examples were separation in housing, healthcare, education, employment, transportation, marriage, and even bathrooms. Due to this unfairness, she grew up with the civil rights movement and became a political active from a very young age. In high school, Smith was an excellent student, taking honors and AP classes and scored very high on her PSAT. In 1965, she went to Mountain Halloween College and graduated in 1969. She pursued her master's in literature at the University of Pittsburgh and graduated in 1971, where she became an active in women's movement and gay liberation movement. She did her doctoral studies in the University of Connecticut. At the time, she was very well known as a black activist for feminist and LGBTQ+ issues. Her contribution started at a very young age. In high school with her sister, they participated in civil rights protests that centered on school desegregation. She attended to several speeches by Martin Luther King Jr. and met civil rights activist Fannie Lou Hamer. In 1965, at Hammond Halloween College, she was one of the few black students and became involved with Civil Action Group, which was involved in organizing against the Vietnam War. Smith traveled to Chicago and participated in the protests accompanying the Democratic National Convention. She joined the National Black Feminist Organization and began to collaborating with many notable women of color. In 1974, Barbara co-founded the Combahee River Collective, a black feminist organizing group dedicated to the struggle against racial, sexual, heterosexual, and class oppression. She was involved in the 1979 National March on Washington for lesbian and gay rights. Barbara Smith had a lot of impact. With her work, she introduced for the first time a textual analysis of black fiction, including gender and sexuality as the main points. Her famous 1977 essay, Toward a Black Feminist Criticism, opened the door to serious critical consideration of black women writers. She was a member of the Modern Language Association Commission on the Status of Women, having national impact upon the creation of new courses and curricula focused on the previous neglected work of black women authors. Barbara became a co-founder of the Kitchen Table Woman Color Press, one of the first independent press in the country committed to publish the writing of women of color due to the racism and discrimination that black writers suffer. In addition, several volumes edited and co-edited by Barbara became foundational texts in the areas of feminist scholarship and black women studies. These anthologies made available new and difficult to find writing that shaped the landscape of emerging field of black women studies. Barbara Smith is the biggest example of intersectionality. She has never been a single-issue activist. Her entire life, she has demanded justice and dignity for those whose voices aren't heard. She's been speaking through the power of decades as a woman against misogyny, as an African American against racism, as a lesbian against homophobia, and as a black lesbian against those in the gay rights movement who is sideline the concerns of LGBTQ+ people of color. Due to her hard work, she has been awarded with the Stonewall Award for service to the lesbian and gay community in 1994 and was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2005. Here you can find all the sources I got my information from. Thank you so much.